This video deals with the important subject of supplier quality assurance. Suppliers are decisive in delivering the right quality of your product and for the quality of the product that you deliver to your customer. How do companies actually arrive at zero defects delivery from suppliers, given the many components that they buy? I would like to start this video with a story that was told to me by a buyer of Philips in the 80s. At that time, this buyer had contracted for many semiconductors, small electronic parts from a Japanese suppliers. And he was very strict, as Philips is very strict on quality procedures. He indicated the quality standard that the supplier should meet. And the quality standard was 600 parts per million. The contract stipulated that only 600 parts out of 100 million products being delivered, then the supplier would pass the test. 600 parts per million. Now, when 3 months later the delivery was made and the crates were coming into the factory, there was a small bag, a small plastic bag was tacked to the crate, and that contained 600 defect parts. The idea was that the Japanese supplier took it very literal. They said, well, we should deliver 1 million, perfect parts and 600 defect parts because that was what Philips ordered. This supplier, this Japanese supplier, did not work with 600 parts per million, but 30 parts per million. It had a much higher quality standard than Philips thought was possible. I came to think about this issue from that time on. This picture shows the prestigious SLR sports car from Mercedes-Benz. And although the text is in Dutch, you can see the essence of this picture is that it shows where the different parts from this sports car come from. In fact, Mercedes-Benz is not a car manufacturer because they manufacture nothing. They assemble parts that come from a myriad of suppliers all around, from France, from Germany, from America, from Denmark, you can see from Korea, from Italy. And all these parts need to be brought together at the same time to build this exquisite sports car. And would you feel that each of these suppliers would be responsible for the ultimate quality of this car when it's driven by you or by me? Of course, each supplier should be able to deliver against flawless quality. So how do buyers of car manufacturers arrive at such a state? They go through a very consistent series of steps. And one is, it's very important in the first place to prepare your order specification in which you indicate the quality tolerances that a supplier should meet. Then, before awarding any order to a supplier, you need to do a very thorough quality audit at your supplier to see what quality procedures are in place and how quality is really living at the board of directors. Then, before awarding the order, you place an order to make a sample. And you ask for the sample component to come in and it's fully inspected. And normally it takes some time before the sample is calibrated and meeting your requirements. And then you get the delivery of the first and subsequent pre-production series. And what you're going to do is you're going to test all of these products at the supplier side and at your side. And you're going to discuss all the quality flaws that you might find into that product. And then you're going to manufacture the first production series. And again, you're going to measure, but then on a more sample basis. And finally, the whole idea is that you are going to abolish and say goodbye to incoming inspection, whereas you put the full responsibility for quality at the supplier with all the consequences that bad quality may mean to your company. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the risk of bad quality at the supplier. But you can do so in a very calculated manner because you have gone through all these steps. This approach would not be complete without a very important next step. And that is quality performance measurement and reporting. Because all the way going from step 1 to step 7, what you need to do is consistently report on the quality improvement of your supplier. And what you're going to do is feed back that information to your supplier and help him to bring his quality organization and product at a higher level. And in the end, this is going to become a very important yardstick measurement for the performance of a buyer. That is, how many A, B, and C suppliers does he have? A suppliers being top suppliers performing at flawless quality. B suppliers which barely meet your requirements, but you cannot, say goodbye to them. So what you're going to do is you're going to support them and bring their quality at a higher level if they can. If they can't, you're going to say goodbye to them. And the C-listed suppliers where you say, well, they do not meet my quality specifications, they will not be assigned new orders in the future. This is how companies like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and even Volkswagen develop their products. It is thanks to their supplier relationships that they can bring about these fantastic cars today. So what can we conclude from this video? First, that quality is a prime concern to companies. And since quality is determined to a high degree by suppliers, supplier quality assurance should again be a prime consideration at the table of the purchasing manager. In order to get flawless quality from suppliers, you need to have a very consistent approach about how to proceed in the relationship with your supplier. And one of the things that you need to do is put your requirements in clear words to the supplier, put clear quality requirements at the table, and then make sure that the supplier is able to live up to your quality requirements through consistent monitoring and feedback of results.